Okay. No need to burp your baby, huh? Maybe burp that's right.
Oh my god, Jenny.
It's all part of the experience, Ivana. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a place that is so unique in terms of the aesthetic. It really stands out to us, not only compared to the other places we've been in Brazil, but really compared to the other places we've been in the entire world. Because we have not seen too many places that look quite like this one, and what's more is the history here, or maybe I should say the mythology here, and the beliefs give this place a feel and a vibe that's kind of mystical and almost even groovy or psychedelic. And so the result is, despite the fact that this place only has 7,000 people and it's very small, there is a lot to see and do for a tourist. So come along with us as we explore Sao Thome Des Letras. Muito bom, let's go.
Oh my god, Steve. Freaky. Oh my gosh, it's looking at me. Oh my gosh.
Now, before we even talk about the beautiful stone buildings, we've got to talk about the roads over here. Because one thing we've learned on our road trip is Brazilians love a speed bump and a speed camera, right? Over here, no speed bumps and no speed cameras, because effectively, the entire road is a speed bump.
Right. I mean, your car will turn into this?
Yes.
Really?
I think it's a requirement of the town. Your car has to be beat to death because
Right.
it's so bumpy. Your suspension and muffler bounces and everything's half broken. And some of the stones, I wonder if they were already there before they built the road, because they're so big, I don't think anyone could pick it up.
Right.
So certainly some of these stones, where they're all lined up, are man-made. You can see them were installed, but some of them I think it's almost like a natural road that's just sort of taken place naturally. Although our little Fiat Mobi made it here.
Woo.
Without any issues.
Barely.
So despite the interesting, bounciness of the roads, they are functional and you can drive on them.
Right.
So we made it. I tell you what, now that I mention it, there's no way they put these stones here. Look at the size of the rocks everywhere. I think this whole area is just like a rocky wasteland that they just happen to build houses amongst. I guess nobody here has a basement because you can't dig. There's rocks everywhere.
Right.
And now a public service announcement. If you're thinking of taking some spray paint and drawing something so ugly on a building that is so beautiful, please don't. Okay, thanks for listening to my TED Talk. Now, the reason these buildings are so beautifully built and all these stones stacked up is because locally there's huge industry in quartzite mining. Now, don't get confused between quartzite and quartz, because quartz is man-made. They make it in a factory and you usually use it for your kitchen countertop. So indoor usage, whereas quartzite is taken from the ground, natural rock, and is used outdoor because it's rugged and strong. So naturally, a lot of the buildings here that are so beautiful are hotels and restaurants, meaning they built it that way to attract customers, but a lot of houses here are built this way.
Right.
So you can imagine somebody working in the quartzite mine buys the quartzite for cheap because it's right there, and then builds their house and just lives in it. It's like so amazing to imagine someone could live in some of these houses because they're right out of a storybook.
I know.
And people just doing their laundry and making dinner in such amazing looking houses.
Yeah.
It's great to walk around.
It's kind of fairy tale like.
Absolutely. And it kind of adds to the mythological nature of this place.
That's right.
Now this appears to be someone's house. Just a regular house people live in. And look how beautiful it is. The stones like that with the little clay tiles coming off on the awning. Oh my goodness me. Something out of Lord of the Rings or some sort of mythological place. I mean, it's an amazing looking house. And so here we have one of the many churches in Sao Thome, and this one really stands out. What a sight to behold. I love the stones everywhere is the first thing you notice, and even some little tiny stones that actually appear important to the structure, keeping everything just right. I love the huge doorway with the big pillars, as well as on all four corners you can see the big foundational sort of columns going all the way up to the roof. Now, it's my understanding this was originally built in 1830s and it was exactly like this. Naturally, it's been reconstructed in the 1990s, so this is a new construction, but in the exact same architectural drawing of the first one.
Right.
So it's really a sight to behold.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, we cannot go inside, but even from the outside is worth seeing because it really takes you back. And it's one place where my Gringo hat seems to feel Like it fits in. I don't feel out of place with the Gringo hat because something feels like an architectural dig, you know? I feel like I'm, you know? It seems like it's just right. So it's a great place, the main square here, to sit and just admire the church.
Pretty cool.
Something very special. Also, to all the husbands out there, if you're looking to take about 1,000 photos of your wife, you can come right here. Because everywhere you look is an Instagrammable location, and I swear my thumb muscle is getting big from hitting shutter. Click, 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 click.
One photo.
One photo at each building we see so far. Tell you what I like about this place, the people are out in full force. Right? The main square and all the parks are full of people, and I think most of them are not tourists. A lot of them appear to be locals.
They look local.
There seems to be two people groups here. The families and the hippies. And sometimes both. Hippie family. And so evidently in this very grotto, some 300 years ago, a statue of St. Thomas was found with a perfectly handwritten letter attached to it, and no one knows who wrote it and no one knows how it got there. It was believed to be some sort of miracle.
Wow.
So the baron of the area, the rich guy, built St. Thomas Church right beside this grotto, which is the big yellow one, and this place got its name, Sao Thome, which is St. Thomas. Now, the mystical happenings doesn't stop there because so many alien sightings over the years happen right here. A lot of people believe this to be one of the 7 energy points of the Earth, whatever that means, as well as they believe there's a tunnel going right from somewhere here straight to Machu Picchu.
Oh, wow.
Which is definitely miraculous. So there's a reputation here, and it sort of attracts a bunch of let's say alternative lifestyle people, hippies and mystics and things of that nature.
Right.
So all of the stores here are selling witchcraft related stuff, and it's a fun place to explore. So let's go.
Now this is for the Brazilian witch, made of straw hat. And Steve have found Gandalf.
Hold on. Guess the price of this Gandalf. Come look and guess the price. I'll cover the tag.
This is Gandalf. Probably
I think you're getting
$200
Canadian.
Canadian.
Way more.
500.
Way more.
Oh God, 1,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's pretty nice. It's like a wax sculpture, I
Yeah,
think, where it's got the
1,200.
pretty realistic face.
Yeah, I mean, it's well made for sure.
Not cheap.
We had the real one. This one looks fake, but we had the real one for sure in Vietnam.
Oh gosh.
Like,
This is a huge insect. This is not snakes. This
What?
is an insect. Come here.
is it real?
It's not snakes. It's like that's the legs of the insect. I think it's
Oh
fake.
yeah,
I think it's fake. I hope it's
It
fake.
is.
It's gross. That can be
it
an
is
insect
a
that big.
huge insect.
It's like a lobster or something.
That's right. It looks like a lobster.
It's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
I thought it's a snake.
It's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
No, I think it's real. I thought it's fake.
It can't be real. That can't exist. If I ever saw that, I would drop dead on sight.
You haven't been to the Brazilian jungle yet.
Oh boy. Listen, most relationships, the man is the designated insect killer in the house. In our relationship, Ivana is the insect killer. She's from Indonesia. They got bug is this big. Canada, I see a bug, I'm under the bed sheets hiding. Now, we wanted to give you guys a brief tour of our accommodation because it's relatively interesting. First thing you notice is we've got furniture made from skids or pallets. The couches as well as the TV stand and all the beds you'll see as we go through. Now that honestly is okay with us. We don't mind. What took more getting used to, and maybe you can notice it as I'm about to say it, the floor is sloped downwards. So as you're walking through the apartment, you almost feel like you're on a boat. Sometimes you start tipping sideways. Now maybe this is related to the phenomenon we talked about earlier, which is to say you can't dig. Because if you look at the couch, it's a perfectly consistent slope. So I don't think it's broken or done by accident. I think they intentionally built the floor crooked because I'm guessing there was some huge rock down there and they said, we're making things on an angle. Anyway, here's the first bedroom, which continues the palette theme. Simple room. This is probably where we'll sleep because 2 beds in here. Although we've also got down the hill a second bedroom. Simple and nice for us, as well as a 3rd bedroom. So not too shabby, more space than we need. And here is our very simple kitchen. We do have an oven this time, which is something new, with a stove connected to the propane tank and the kitchen sink. Very simple style. Through here we get the bathroom, which again, very simple bathroom. Although I want to give a shout out to this shower head because although it looks homemade, good pressure, good temperature, and I'll give my condolences to this green wire, which has paid the ultimate sacrifice. Just sort of cut off doing nothing. But anyway, through here we've got a little staircase down that then immediately goes up. And I guess this is some furniture waiting to be assembled. And then we've got our balcony where I think we'll probably spend some time eating dinner because the view is not too shabby. As well as it's in the shade, it's kind of breezy and nice. And honestly, the kitchen where we would normally eat doesn't have much natural light. Not many windows, so it's a little bit dark in here. Although for us, this place is not too bad. It's sort of interesting style. Oh my gosh, Jeannie's been possessed. Whoa, she's a witch. Is that Jean or is that Hermione Granger? One thing for certain, Jean is a good Gryffindor baby. Little Hermione Granger. Good one, Ivana. So with all that being said, it is time for fun in the sun. Let's go. And now begins the nature part of our experience as we journey towards a waterfall. I guess it's 15 reais per person. We're hoping the baby is free.
Yeah.
Only fair.
There are hundreds of waterfalls around this area, but we chose to come to this one because the trails is wooden trails, so it's good if you're carrying a baby with you.
Good choice, Ivana. Okay, Jean, are you ready? We're now gonna see if there's a Canadian baby or Brazilian baby. Because I think a Brazilian would describe this water as cold. For me, it's okay.
It's nice.
You think it's nice?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the Indonesian blood might say it's cold over here. Let's see how Jean reacts. Oh, you're swimming now, Jean. Oh, she's okay. Yeah.
Is it cold? Is it cold? This is okay.
She's okay.
Ah. Good job, Kenny. Are you cold?
Oh, maybe cold.
Okay.
Maybe cold. Maybe
Okay.
cold.
Okay.
Dad can give you body heat. Body heat. Body heat.
Sun.
The sun, yeah. I tell you what, for me, it's a 5-star waterfall experience because everyone there is having a very good time. And so I think the price is fair because quite honestly, these paths do not look cheap. And so someone's got to pay for them. They're very well maintained. And yet I think locals are still here all the time because full of smiling faces down there. So the adventure continues. Let's go. And so we've come to what is called the pyramid, which is effectively this many-layered building that I guess you can just drive your car right up to and then climb on the roof of it because this is known as the best spot for sunset. Now, unfortunately, the sunset tonight is not special, but it does have a good viewpoint, more or less 360 degrees, with the town on one side, some beautiful green rolling hills on one side, and I think even a quartzite mine right there. So it's a good viewpoint of the entire area, despite the fact that the sky is not orange and pink and everything we hoped it would be. Alright, so we've come to this restaurant because it's called Alquimista, which we're thinking means alchemist. It seems related to our mythological and mystical vlog today. I believe right behind me there's a live band setting up, so at any given moment you won't be able to hear me, in which case I'll talk to you later. In the meantime, we've got this dish which has carne seca in it, which Ivana loves.
Yeah.
Ivana is the #1 fan of carne seca, which is dried meat.
Right.
And like a good husband that I am, I'm gonna realize what I'm doing and serve my wife first. I meant to do that all along. I didn't make a mistake. Come on.
That's good. Actually, it looks a bit like fried rice,
It looks a bit like fried rice to me. Good
right?
point, Ivana.
Mina's fried rice.
Also, we got some soup here. I don't even know what it is.
I think it's beans.
Bean soup?
Yeah, like in a witch pot or something.
What do you mean bean soup? Like beans?
Like beans.
So it's not soup then, it's like beans.
Yeah, put it on top of your rice, I
Oh
guess.
boy, I don't know what it is. It's actually you're right. This is like a mini cauldron.
Yeah.
Now there's a fountain right there with the water running, making me have to pee. Oh, and the music's coming. So cheers, everybody. Con seca, carne seca, fried rice.
The only reason I ordered this dish is because it has carne seca, which is kind of like the dried meat here.
That's got to be your favorite.
Oh, I love carne seca.
Yeah.
And it has boiled egg, kufi, which is collard greens, onions, and boiled eggs, farofa, and rice. My favorite things all in one dish. So good.
Boom. Nice.
5 stars.
Nice. All right, so in true Brazilian fashion, our waiter named João, he said, my English is not very good, and then he proceeded to speak very good English. So a very humble and very helpful guy. Now, Ivana would like to tell you her ghost story, because she, for one, has a very vivid imagination. So tell everybody what happened, Ivana.
Oh my gosh. Well, today I saw a ghost. Remember, Steve, I called you up? Steve, you saw a ghost.
Okay,
He was staring at me.
A statue behind a fence. But you really
That
did see a
was-
ghost.
Yeah. Well, that was my 4th time seeing a ghost.
What?
Yeah. I saw a ghost 3 times before in Indonesia. Well, in Indonesia, a lot of people really believes in ghosts and all the
Everybody, yeah.
everybody, including me. But it's not just a story. It's not just a myth. It's real. Ghosts, they're real. I saw it with my own eyes. My father used to be a dentist and he has a practice in Indonesia. And then, since we moved to Canada, we don't use that room anymore. So when I went in, I saw like an old lady with 1 tooth in like a really traditional Indonesian cloth on a bun. And I was like, oh my God, but she didn't give me a scary feeling. And then when I flipped through the picture book, the photo books, I found her. I'm like, I showed it to my dad. I'm like, oh my God, I saw her. Who is she? She used to be my dad's nanny when he was little.
So that story I've heard before, and you're saying you have 2 more stories.
Yes, but it's a long
Ay,
story. so
caramba. We'll save that for
another
another vlog. We'll save that for another vlog.
Another vlog.
Anyway, there you have it, everybody. We didn't see any ghosts. We did see a statue behind a fence, which Ivana was overwhelmed
Yes, I've never seen a real aliens though. Lots of figurines here, aliens, but I've never seen a real one.
by. You guys can vote in the comments. What's more likely? What's more real? Aliens or ghosts? If I had to choose, I would say aliens. Would you say aliens or ghosts?
I've seen ghosts in real life.
So
I've
you
never
know
seen any,
100%
but-
ghosts are real.
Yes, but I also believe aliens are real.
How about wizards and witches?
I'm not sure about wizards, but I believe in witchcraft. I mean, I think there is a religion here in Brazil. I believe in the north, more in the north, like Bahia in north,
Yeah, mystical stuff.
where they believe in.
They can see the future a bit, and they can
Yeah.
tap into some kind of energy.
Believe in. I don't know, something that you cannot see.
Bingo. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see you later. And stay tuned to the channel to see if we survive the night in our haunted apartment.
Oh.
Later. Okay, let's go.